Hi everyone, Quill Fan here again. I don't know about this setting right now because up here it's super bright, but I thought that it might be a good idea because I want to film a crystal video. I was tagged by The Truth in Story to do a video response on a crystal tag that's going around, and I think at least I saw it for the first time on Katey Flower's channel, so I will link to both Katey's and Kelly's video in the description box below. And I thought I wanted to do a crystal video either way. So I'm going to show you my crystals. If you want to, you can count them, because one of the questions is how many crystals and minerals do you have in your collection, and I don't have a clue. So if you want to count them, go along. I don't mind. I don't have a clue. Okay, I just bought a totally, absolutely cute, itsy bitsy teeny tiny cupboard to hold my crystals because I'm a little bit weird. I love crystals. I absolutely do. And I mean, I love little things and bits and bobs in general, but I don't like having them all piled up around me and just I cannot stand it, and it makes me agitated and it gets me nervous and I don't like it. So I had to pack them up neatly and nicely, and now I'm absolutely in love with the space that I have. I'm going to do a sacred space video at one point, I'm sure. But now let's move along. The first question is, how did you first get into crystals and minerals? And actually, this was when I was a young kid, very young kid. I think when I was about 5 or 6 years old, because I started collecting crystals at that point. Stupidly, I gave away my whole collection when I was a teen and had to start anew. But when I grew older now, and I started collecting crystals as a kid, and my very first piece actually was this big boy. And I don't know if you can actually see it, but there is some of these, I don't know, teeth broke off, and you can see that it is really shiny where they broke off. So I really love this. I'm still not 100% sure what it is. I mean, it has some beautiful like red going on in here. It's quite rough stone down here, but then there's these beautiful crystal growings. I just love it. It's quite heavy. Again, I don't know what it is. I asked once and I got some answers, but actually I forgot about them. So I have to look it up because I still forgot to write down the name, obviously. So this one was my first piece. My oldest piece whatsoever is this one, because this was given to me by my mom and she had it from her mom already. So this piece of amethyst is the oldest in my collection because it was handed down to me. So next one is, how many crystals and minerals do you have in your collection? I don't have a clue. Absolutely no idea. Oh, and the next one already is, what was your first ever crystal or mineral? And again, it was this bad boy here. But for the question, how many crystals and minerals do I have? I'm quickly going to show you my crystals because I love them and I love to share them, and maybe you like to watch them. I don't know. So the rough pieces I don't have in my cupboard are piled up around me right now. So I have, again, this big boy, which I don't know what it is. I have a rough piece of agate, amethyst. I have a gorgeous piece, sparkling piece of milky quartz. I have forgot the name. How embarrassing is that? It's Diopside or Diopside in German, but something with, not Diopside. I'm messing this up so badly. Holy cow. This is, well, it's Distine. in German, but it is kyanite, I think. Kyanite in English. Love this piece, even though I don't know its name, but I love this piece. Then I have a couple of agates. As you can see here, these two actually fit together. So those make one piece. I had the second one for this as well, but I lost it. And I don't know it, because those are very old. These were probably my second crystals I got. Because for some reason, my parents thought that I would love to collect all those raw things and more rustic things. And I was all into tumbled stones and I didn't get it. But my very first tumbled stone I got was a tiger's eye. I'll never forget about that because I love it. So these are my raw crystals that are, oh, sodalite, of course. Huge piece of sodalite. This is an energy bomb. Love it. Those are the raw pieces that I have out just because they won't fit into my drawer. And then I have a couple pieces out because I just love them and I need them to be out, which is my gorgeous huge piece of clear quartz. If it hits the light in the perfect way, there are so many rainbows in there. Love this one. I have another piece of clear quartz out. And you can see my fingerprints all over it. I don't know if you can see it, but I already said that in another video, but it looks like it's snowing, or there are some snow crystals building up inside of it, whereas the rest is totally clear. Love this one. Another piece I'm absolutely drawn to right now because I'm working with the Marielle, and this one kind of wants, it loves the Marielle, is my shungite. And the last piece that I'm absolutely, this is like my rock right now. This is, if I had to keep, one question is, if I had to keep one crystal for the rest of my life, right now, in this very moment, it would be calcite, and especially this piece of honey calcite here. Because this is just doing it for me right now. It has such a gorgeous, balancing energy. Love this one. I never know if I should show it to you in the sunlight or in the shadows. I don't know, but this is so beautiful. Can you see how there are so many sparkles inside? I love this. This is such a warm stone. Love this one. So I'm quickly going to move those big boys here because otherwise I cannot reach my drawers. Because I'm going to quickly show you. Let me slide this one out. So this is the drawer that I got. Isn't this cute? It looks a lot larger on camera than it actually is, but it's so tiny. This is so tiny. It barely fit my labradorite, which you will see. So I have one drawer for all my hematites. I like to keep them separate from the other stones, so I have them in their extra drawer and not together with all the black ones. I have a drawer for my fossils. So I have actual fossils in here. I put my amber in here as well that I got from my mom. And it looks so fake, and it even feels a bit fake. But it is actually a real piece of amber that my father gave to my mother before they were married. And my piece of fossilized wood, which I still love. Then I have, this is my moon drawer. These are the stones. Most of my stones usually I like to kind of charge them in the full moon. But there are a couple, or most of them, I like to leave out in the sun as well. Not necessarily in direct sunlight, but during the day. But these here I never put them in the sun because these are so heavily connected to the moon in my feeling. So these are my moon stones. So I have this gorgeous piece of agate, and those of you who have already seen at least one of my videos know that I love this stone because it's so peaceful. This is just, oh, so peaceful. And it's heavily related to the moon because it kind of not loses its power. I don't know, that's not how it is, but it doesn't work as well, or I cannot connect to it as well during new moon phases than during the full moon. This is, whoo, like almost you don't have to touch it. It's already there. So love this one. What else? I have a gorgeous piece of selenite in here, which I love. I have another piece of agate, crazy lace agate. Oh, look at this, gorgeous. And somewhere in here has to be my moonstone. Yes, there it is. I love this one. I don't know if you can see the sheen, but I love the moonstones just for this sheen beneath the surface. It looks like the stone is shining from within. Love this. Gorgeous stone. So these are my stones that are related to the moon. And I have them in here. Then I have a drawer for tiger's eye, tiger iron, and falcon's eye. No, not falcon's eye, it's hawk's eye. Hawk's eye in English. So these are my pieces of hawk's eye. You can see my fingerprints all over them, so you know that I'll take them out regularly. And I just love those. They're so beautiful. This is my tiger iron. And then I have two pieces of tiger's eye. First one, and this is my oldest one. Actually, it was on a necklace, but I used it without the necklace. And I rarely ever, I have to say, I rarely ever wear crystals, or I hardly ever wear necklaces, like usually, so I don't wear them with crystals as well. So then we're off to my black pieces, which is all of this. I don't know if you can even see it because it's on a very dark gray felt that I inserted in all of the drawers. But this is, all pieces are onyx. So we have onyx in here. I'm showing you just one example. And I have an apachite here, which I love. This one packs a punch as well. I have then, tried to put the drawer in reversed. That's what happens if you're not looking. Then I have white stones, and you can see there are not many white stones in there. I might have to get a couple more, although I mean I have the milky quartz, which I would consider a white stone as well. I got these ones I kept from my previous stone collection, and I don't know what they are, to be honest. I think I remember that there were some metal strands, I don't know, in there. So I think that there would probably be something like silver and gold. And I mean, look at this. It looks very much like gold in there. So it might be, but I know that this is all. There's metal in this raw rough stones. And then I have a piece of magnesite, if I'm not mistaken, because I'm usually messing this one up. But yes, it's magnesite, and I love this because it looks a bit like a lightning bolt. Love this one. So these are my white stones and minerals or metals. Then I have a drawer for all my yellow stones, as you can see. So in here we have a sunstone. Maybe I can make it sparkle for you. Let me see. This one is a little bit, to be honest, because it is so gorgeous and beautiful, but it really wants to be, you have to turn it around like 1,000 times for it to actually work. It doesn't want to show its beauty to all. Doesn't want to share its beauty. I don't know if you can see it actually. So a piece of sunstone. Then I have in here a piece of citrine that I got quite recently. And I got a piece of holy cow. Let me look it up quickly. Oh, I can't. It's not even on here. What was the name? Let me look this up. I'll be back. Okay, I looked it up and it's aragonite. I never forget this name because I love this stone, because this is my personal sun. I love this one. This makes me happy. Just looking at it, this one makes me happy. I love this one. And last, oh no, not last but not least, I have a topaz in here. Got it quite recently as well. And then I have this little thing. I'm not 100% sure what this is, but I think I looked it up yesterday and I found one that I thought, okay, it might be this, but now I forgot about it. I'm so bad. I'll quickly research that as well. Okay, I looked it up and I think this might actually be a piece of yellow tourmaline. Not 100% sure, but I know that it is an actual crystal. I just don't know what it is. I thought of citrine at one point, but it's too yellowy for that and too kind of orangey. So I thought maybe it's a yellow tourmaline. So these are all my yellow stones. The next one are my red stones. And I have actually a crystal book coming that should be here on Monday, because all my informations about crystals I got from the internet, and I have to say that it's a bit like with Lenormand. You get so many informations that you really don't know which one to focus on. So in the end, every stone or every crystal is for everything, just because you got so much information about each and every stone. So I wanted to buy or to have at least one book that I can kind of use at my starting point and my base, and then go from there, because I don't want to just go all over the place. So I don't know if I actually sorted them right, because I just sorted them by feel right now. Once I have the book, I might change them up a bit. So I have this piece of Jaspers, which I love. It's a specific Jaspers, I don't know. I'm pretty bad with those names of, I don't know, Botswana Jaspers and what is out there. I cannot remember them for the life of me. This is Brexian Jaspers. Love it. I already said that if I had the Tarot of Vampires, I would give it this stone. I mean, I don't want the Tarot of Vampires, but still, it reminds me of that. Then I have 2 pieces of Chameleon in here. And I have a little piece, very small piece of garnet. But look at this. I don't know if you can see it, but oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. Oh, I am so in love. I actually don't know if the camera is picking this up, but it's so gorgeous. So, these are my red stones. Then I have some that are in purple. And I included this piece of bornite or peacock ore in here. I do have 2 rough pieces of amethyst in there, and then the rest all is, whoopsie, all is Sugilite. So I have 4 pieces of rough Sugilite by now, 3 pieces of rough Sugilite and 1 that is tumbled. And I just love those. I mean, look at those colors, and they pack a punch. So they are really, they are strong. This would be the one that I would put onto my Shadowscape if I would put crystals onto my decks, which I don't usually. So, but if I have the Shadowscape out, then this one is the one that stays with it. So these are all my purple stones. Let me quickly put it in there again. I don't actually really know, but why I put this peacock ore with the purple stones. I mean, because there are so many other colors in there, but it just felt right. I just wanted to be with the amethyst. So I put it in there. Then I have all of my blue crystals. So I have, oopsie, lapis lazuli. I have 2 pieces of blue lace agate, I think, or chalcedony. This is apatite, I think. Yes, this is apatite. I love this piece. And then, let's see, a turquoise. Very small piece. I found this because, again, it's from a necklace, but I didn't have turquoise in my collection, so I included it. And this is a sapphire, actually. Again, so gorgeous. So these are all my blue crystals. Then I have greens, and those are my tumbled stones that I have in green. So I have a chrysocolla. Love this one. I have malachite. I have seraphinite. I have, I think, again, I forgot the name, because I was pretty sure that I've at least figured out what this is, or at last figured out what this is. I'll quickly look it up. Okay, I looked it up, and I think this might be aventurine. Again, not 100% sure, but it might be, because there is some glittering going on there beneath the surface, like strictly beneath, like directly beneath the surface. It's a bit see-through, not really see-through, but it's not totally opaque. Might be. And then I do have 2 pieces of rhyolite that I really love. And last but not least, I have a gorgeous piece, at least to me it's gorgeous, of emerald. Oh, love this one. So beautiful. And that's it. And then I have actually another drawer with green stones. So I actually have quite a lot of green stones. I wasn't aware of that, but I realized once I put them all in the drawers, because I made another one with raw stones that I have in green. And here we have a heliotrope. Gorgeous one. Here we have, this is the Diopside that I talked about earlier on. This is so sparkly. I can hardly stand it. This is so gorgeous. It's a there are so many different shades of green in there. Gorgeous. And I have a very small piece of Peridot, I don't know, Peridot in German, which I love as well. So these are my rough and raw pieces of green stones. Then I have an extra drawer for, so now these were all the colors. I separated them in colors, but I also separated off those stones that I have multiple of, or that I use a lot. and I just tagged them with their own name. So I have a drawer for my ruby suicide stones. Again, one that you already know if you've seen my crystal, my last crystal video. This is my personal space. So, like sky space, like cosmos. I'm so in love with this. Oh, love this one. I love this sphere. And then I have this one, which reminds me so much of watermelon tourmaline that I actually put it on my watermelon tourmaline card from the Chameleons deck. But it isn't. It is actually a ruby and suicide. But I mean, look at this. How much more watermelon-y can we get? I mean, I don't have a watermelon tourmaline, so I don't know if it feels the same, but at least it looks like a watermelon. Then I have 2 pieces of rose quartz in there. This is my older one, so I had this one as a kit already. So it's quite old. And labradorite, of course, and here you can see that what I meant with it barely fits it. So I have my big boy. Let's see if we can make him reveal its secrets, or his secrets. Oh gosh, I love labradorite. I just love it. Gosh, I love it. And another piece of labradorite. And then I do actually own a piece of white labradorite or rainbow moonstone, although the only bit you can see it in is here. But it's a gorgeous stone nonetheless. Love this one. So these are my moonstones. Now I have to fit them in there again. Let's see. Barely, but they fit. Here is my, like all the rest of my jaspers. Just because, I mean, I could fit my Brexian jaspers in here as well, but I somewhat relate this more to the red stones. I don't know why, but it is just what it is. So I have 3 other pieces of jaspers in here. I have a Polychrome Jaspers, which I really love. Reminds me of the desert, this one. I have a piece of zebra jaspers. And I have this piece of Kambaba jaspers. And again, this one belongs, usually it belongs together with my ruby suicide, and I have heaven and earth here because this is so representative of the earth. Love it. But right now they are okay to be separated. They will be back together at one point, I know. Just one more, no, 2 more drawers to go. So I have my fluorite here, which I have 3 pieces of. Love fluorite. So this is very see-through, very transparent. This one. Gosh, I love it. I don't know if it actually picks up the gorgeousness of these ones. So here we have a lighter one, which is gorgeous shades of green and purple. And another one which is a bit darker. It's a darker green and dark purples in there. I love those. I just love fluorite. And last but not least, I have my calcite. And right now there's only my huge piece of blue calcite in there. I know if I'm at some point not that drawn to this honey calcite, then this would move together with the blue calcite. So these are all of my crystals. And let me see if there's a question that I've missed. Okay, so I answered, how did you first get into crystals and minerals? How many crystals? Again, if you've counted them, then you will know. I don't. First ever crystal, it was this one. If you could only own one crystal or mineral for the rest of your life, what would that be and why? Again, right now, in this very moment, it would be probably these two. My shungite and my honey calcite. But these are not my... Kelly likes to call them power stones. So these are not the ones that would be like overall my favorite stones. But just right now, in this very moment, these are the ones that I'm drawn to. I think if it came down to just take like power stones, then I'd probably take... this is a hard one. Because I just from instinct, I would have said clear quartz, but actually I might prefer smoky quartz. So I might take smoky quartz and labradorite. But again, just right now, it's these two. Oh, and talking about smoky quartz, I forgot to show you my smoky quartz wand, because I have one, which I love. I love it. This is just... I feel like smoky quartz has so much elements of different quartz types, and it has the clear quartz somewhat incorporated in it. So that's why I really love smoky quartz. And then I actually have one that I'm not too sure of, because I have this gorgeous little stone here, which is an extra from my from a rune set that I bought at one point, and I think that it was hematite, but actually this looks so different to my real pieces of hematite. I mean, there's no similarity whatsoever. So I'm kind of questioning myself if it was a hematite rune set that I bought, or if it was a different crystal and I just forgot about it. So if you know what this is, it has... Because I kept it with my hematite for a while, because I was so sure that it actually is a hematite, even though it looks differently, because I was too sure that I bought a hematite set of runes. But it kind of lost its color. So it got a lot more pale, it got a lot more transparent or translucent. It somewhat regained a bit of its color, but because you can see it looks almost like there were some plants growing inside, like mossy growing inside, red moss growing inside, or things like that. So if you know what this is, I'd love to know. I mean, I quickly grab my rune set so you can see how the other crystals look in it. So these are the runes I have. And as you can see, they're all different shades of like brown tones. Some are a bit more goldy looking. Some are just, there are some grayish tones in here. This one is pretty green. So I am not 100% sure, but I believe it might not be. I mean, it doesn't look like hematite at all. So if you know what this is, again, I mean, look at all these varieties here. From the very darkest red, this is a very dark red, to the lightest, almost cream tones here. So I'm quite curious. If you know what this is, please let me know in the comments, because I love it. I love it's very grounding. It has a very earthy vibe, but I'm not too sure what crystals these actually are. So if you know, please let me know. There is one more question that I haven't answered yet. It's, is there any crystal or mineral not in your collection you would love to have? I don't have a wish list for crystals. Usually I just come across a crystal and I'm drawn to it right from the start, or I'm not. If I'm drawn to it, then I usually pick a piece. If I'm not, then it might happen like in another year. So I feel I go with my guts with crystals. So I'm not thinking about, okay, I might need a crystal for this and that. So I look up what crystals are for that and I would buy a piece. That's not how it works for me. But I just go through crystals. I get inspired by other pictures or other people's pictures. And I just look at those, and if I feel like I would need it, then I grab one and I will research what it's for afterwards. So I don't have actually a list for crystals. And right now I'm pretty happy with what I've got. I intend, or I would love to have all the crystals that match the Kamienie Wróża deck. So there are a couple that I would love to buy at one point, but it's not as if I'm really striving to get them as soon as possible. So that's it. I know this has been a long video, but it has been a lot of crystals, and I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. I love to see all your video responses. Actually, I don't know who to tag. Should have thought about that. Darn it. Who would I love to see? Whose crystals would I love to see? You know what? If you want to show off your crystals, if you feel like you would love to share them with us, then please feel yourself to be tagged by me. This was horrific grammar, but I think you get what I mean. So that's it. I hope you all have a gorgeous, beautiful Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever day you're watching this, and just have a beautiful day. Bye.